Been here
Hutch,
too?
you been on the
Am I
RP
all over
server?
the place or what, dude? The what?
NOPIXEL?
I was thinking about trying RP again soon.
It's in
Go ahead
a
and tell him. Go
really
ahead and tell
fucking
him.
bad place, bro.
Go ahead and tell him about the cars.
Real bad.
How the fuck it will affect me, man?
Oh, tell him about the cars, Judd.
What? About
Listen,
the
I don't
cars?
know anything about the mechanics. I
Oh,
just know
they
the state of
just
the server.
the cops were getting upset about chases, right? How fast the cars were and whatever. So the max speed that a car can go right now is 130 miles an hour.
Wait, why?
Because the cops couldn't catch the criminals in their fast cars, so they limited every car to go the same speed at a like X
So cop
level.
cars too?
Yeah. Everyone's
So-
going
so
130
they-
miles an hour.
So they balance every car to go the same speed.
Yep.
That makes it
I mean-
easier for old people like me. That's a W.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't care about that.
You know
I mean,
what, Jared?
130, or is it like, because before they were like 210? What about the S classes and shit?
No, 130.
Oh, good. That's how the car. You know, I mean, I kind of like the driving style of the slower driving, anyways, rather than the super speedy driving. Kind of boring.
Yeah, the only
Listen,
thing
man.
that really affects is like these hardcore racers, but they weren't role players anyways.
That is true. Listen, boys, you know what? You go and play the server, okay? You let me know how it is. We'll have some fun.
I'll say it once, and I'll say it again. If your character is your only trait is I'm a racer, you're not a role player.
I can't agree more.
You play racing games competitively.
You just called out Jared, basically.
Yeah, basically.
Now he did other things.
I mean, listen, man. I mean, if you want to drive around in circles and wait for TG to come up with a plan to hit a bank, I mean, fuck yeah, do it.
See, that's the thing. Like,
Mom's
so
a couch.
Summit's character got
Thank you.
into racing. There's people that their first character they make is nothing but a racer. Like that was their only purpose.
Oh yeah, I was there to do other stuff, but racing and getaway driving. Getaway driving was the dopest part. Oh, it still is.
Yeah, he got it. If I recall correctly, the first 2 weeks of 3.0, we were shooting deer and driving dump trucks.
And we ran a taxi service.
Yeah.
Don't forget our taxi service.
Goofy actually improved. It was just a racer to start. He's still just a racer.
Yeah, they're all cool, dude, but gosh, the racing scene got a little too controller heavy. You know what I'm saying?
I still think that NOPIXEL should ban controllers.
Yeah, here we go. Yep.
Yup.
I mean,
bring
in
the
my
drama
opinion-
out.
Listen, in my opinion, the idea that, let me go ahead and grab something different that I don't use in literally every other aspect of the server just to race in, I find that weird.
Hey,
And
listen,
in
if you're
2.0,
so check it
Summit,
out.
you remember this? In 2.0, it used to be like it was against the rules.
I have an exception for it.
Do you remember
Okay,
that?
are you playing devil's advocate here?
No, I have an actual legit exception. The only
Okay.
exception is to being allowed to use the controller is if you're driving a helicopter, but just because it's so obnoxious on the keyboard.
I think NOPIXEL should change their name to No Controller.
Amen.
True.
Nah, I'm not trying to like shit on anybody's parade, but I mean, using an input for the specific reason to be better than other people. I mean, doesn't that go against the kind of the style of RP?
Yes.
If you have to
especially
change,
whenever-
it's like you should choose one or the other. You want to shoot on that shit and drive on that shit? That's fine by me. You know what I'm saying? But you don't just get to fucking swap to the keyboard every time you get to start shooting.
Exactly. And here's my thing, right? Why do you?
Solitaire,
why did we
thanks
play
so much,
Elden
man. Good
Ring
to
on
see you, brother,
controller?
man.
Why do we play
Appreciate ya.
Fall Guys on controller? Because it's easier. The game was built for controllers.
Yeah, it's
GTA
definitely,
was built for a controller. So for anyone to say, "Oh, it's not easier on a controller," bullshit. Yes, it is. It's
Well,
literally
it
built for
definitely makes the cars feel different playing on a controller. It's going to do some of the stuff, the controlling for you. Not to mention what the controller will have that most keyboards don't nowadays, at least as far as I know. I know some keyboards do it. But, I mean, on keyboard, you're 100% on or 100% off. Or your brake is 100% on or 100% off. On controller, you can throttle control, you can brake control, you can use them together. Not to mention the car feels heavier and more like glued to the floor on controller, in my opinion. You'll never convince me otherwise, man. You want to play competitive racing? We can go iRace, and I'll smoke your ass. All right, when you got to actually do some shit. when it comes to the GTA racing, it was originally just supposed to be a good time getting the scene really big, right, and stuff like that. And
I
that
saw your
getting the
iRacing
scene big,
streams. You're not smoking anybody.
getting the scene big revolves around other people winning besides just the same 2, 3, 4 people every single race, right? That's why even when Charles would get 1, 2 race wins, he'd start switching cars up and do stupid shit.
Agreed.
Hot take. All right, hot take.
I mean, listen, all you have to do is look at the race scene. How is the race scene doing now versus how it was doing when we were around? Is it owning? Is it popping the fuck off? Is there fucking 15, 20 people going to the races?
Some people will say it's doing better now than before. But
why? Is it how many? I base that on people.
Yeah, listen.
Not like how the devs have done with it.
It's the exact same people going to all the races. Like, all these people are racers. There's just more of them in the server. Before, we had fucking like people like Abdul and Eugene.
So there's 20-man races and shit?
Yes, there's 20-man races, but all of them are racers. Like, they're all in crews and all like dedicated racers to their character.
Shit, at least it's still doing work.
None of them are role players.
Okay, I didn't say that.
At least it's still popping and not chilling, or not just dead. Then I thought it was dead. Because last time I watched a race, I was watching Anthony Z, and they were racing for like $3 million, and there was like 7 people there. That's the last time I saw in a race. Maybe they called some people up and said it was for a lot of money and got some more people involved. I didn't really watch. It was like a brief thing. Oh shit!
And you got to realize too, like when we were doing this, the server pop was not as high as it is now.
What's the server pop now?
What is it? 100 and something?
I mean,
we were doing on 65.
200.
I don't remember if we were racing on the 200 swaps or not.
No, we were 65.
We stopped after a little while.
But listen, it is what it is. I don't really care. Like I said, y'all go ahead.
Yeah, I'm not doing the racing thing. You know how I do. I don't really go back to the racing scene. I go back to do chain gang stuff.
They should go through everybody's keybinds, and if you use the keybind pass out just for shootouts, you should be banned.
I mean, doesn't everybody have a keybind for the pass out? Like F2,
no, actual
F3?
role players don't.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I have a keybind for that shit.
Yeah, me too. Ban everybody.
It's good for
actual
shootouts.
Role players
You need it. You need it in shootouts when you're.
I mean, listen. I think.
And shit.
Okay, so this is where we disagree, Judd. I think actual role players, quote unquote, and people who are competitive in everything in the game, unlike yourself, is a little different. I don't think having F6 keybinded to lay down. Whenever if you go down, you lose everything. I don't think
the
that's
controller. Also, a lot of the best
I think it's a role play
Trackmania
server
players
that
are
makes it very
keyboard
competitive.
players.
And the only reason you do it is because other people do it.
So if people did /slump, it would make you feel better?
No, I wish they just didn't do it at all. They should just do the little shootout and get on with their day. It's
so
not
they
that big of a
can't.
deal.
Where'd the pants go?
But people can lay down IRL. Like why can't people lay down in the game?
If they wanted you to lay down IRL in the server, they would add a mechanic for it, which they used to have, by the way, but it got abused. That's why they
It
took
is.
out.
It's called slump.
No, they actually had an actual. There was actually a mechanic to do it, and it got abused and it got annoying, so they took it out. So people went around it by doing /slump. Remember
Oh
prone?
yeah, I do remember being able to prone. Yeah.
I remember prone too.
Yeah, that's why I got taken out.
I mean, listen, man. I think there's a lot bigger issues than proning and what we're talking about. Be 100% honest.
Our shit, our problems. There's like 10% of the server, 5% of the server.
Yeah, I think the biggest thing right now is the toxicity. I watched a video on fucking Kevin, who is like the most even kill person ever. Like literally, is always chilled, always relaxed. Getting.
Can I call somebody out in chat real quick?
Okay.
Judd gave somebody 700 months the other day as a judge. He needs to stop talking. The person that I said, hey, if you run out of this courtroom, you're going to get 700 months. Don't run out of this courtroom. I'm going to uncuff you, but don't run out. If you run, I'm going to give you 700 months. And after you get that, I don't want Pikachu face. That's what's going to happen. And then they ran out of the courtroom. Yeah, that happened.
Who was that?
Rami.
Oh my God!
What, you gave Rami 700 months?
700
I told him it would happen.
Was he pissed as fuck or what?
You're a fucking asshole, dude. Yeah, he was pissed. It's Rami. This fucking Judd guy, man.
It's like if you touch that fire, it's gonna burn you. you touch that fire, it's gonna burn you.
Yeah, but at the same
Motherfucker!
time, it's 700 months, bro. That is what? How many hours?
Then why did he do it?
I mean, but 700, Judd. 700.
That is there as a precaution to say, hey, I'm not dealing with this. Don't do it.
Yeah, but 700. I can't have your back on 700.
Get
months.
fucked, Rami.
How many hours is that, chat? What
I
is
have the
700
week off
divided
and
by
been
60?
really loving the streams. A CG reunion would be dope.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
That was me. That was me working with him because he wanted to be
10
uncuffed.
hours, Judd. 10 hours for an
Listen,
in-game
what's going
consequence.
on,
10
doofuses?
hours.
That
What's
was
up,
me.
Bosch?
That was me working with him because he wanted to be uncuffed, and I'm like, every
Uh-huh.
time you uncuff, you always run. I'm
Nice.
not
Yeah,
dealing
dude,
with
I
it.
gotta cut some clothes up.
He's not
Yeah,
doing it,
but nah, I can't.
Get close
Listen,
to my
but I
face
got
mask.
your back through fucking hell and back, but not through 700 months, dude. I'm not having your back on this one.
If I would have told you you were gonna get 700 months if you ran, would you have ran?
Yeah.
Yes, and I would not
From
have. I
you.
would have not thought in a million years that you would actually follow through with 700 months.
Damn.
Well, that's the difference between Judd and my judge, I guess.
Damn.
700. Wow.
Yeah, service. Yeah, yeah. I'm actually playing the moment, but I'm out. I've been kicked
I'm
out for
gonna
the
get-
last like 30 minutes.
I'm gonna get what's it called a chat.
I mean, Bosch, you've been
Boss
playing it. You
back.
give us your take. You've been playing it more than any of us.
It's just when we find clothes again, we'll cut it
It's
up.
just got to a stage where there's no give and
Fuck
take
am I?
from anyone. You know what I mean? It's just
Just take.
yep, pretty much just take, and it's just spilled over into everyone now. You know, everyone's just. And then
Also,
no one-
it wasn't
no one's
700; it
wrong
was
as well.
1,000.
Jesus fucking. Yeah, I
The issue-
definitely don't have your back on
1,000
this.
months?
Yeah,
I mean, what
Yeah.
time of night was it?
it was like late.
He didn't get 1,000 months though. You trolled him and let him out, didn't you? Like 1 month.
No, I'll give him 1,000.
How did he get out?
Probably one of the cops just didn't give it to him. I don't know. But not only did I give him 1,000 months, I put it on a warrant, and I made it so the warrant didn't expire either.
Okay. Fucking with Rami real heavy.
I mean, look, I got on the server to do a bench trial for you on a server I never get on, and I do it because you say, "Hey, I need help. Come on here and do a bench trial for me." And then I get on there and you waste my fucking time after I tell you what's gonna happen if you do something. Listen, I'm not your little fucking pawn for your little show, for your little charade. All right, I got my own shit going on. You fuck with my time, I'm gonna fuck with yours.
Interesting. Okay.
See, but isn't that what we're talking about? Like with people like taking.
Just take.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I
It
don't
would
know,
be
man.
one thing if I just did it out of nowhere, but I literally said, this is what's going to happen.
Yeah, I understand your argument. I just I've been on the other side, like with the wrangling thing, and I know that whenever I got put in for a literal 3 days by somebody who just wanted me to sit there for 3 days and didn't do any paperwork, didn't do anything, just so I had to sit there and wait till the last hour, it fucking sucked. But
Like I would never just throw that out on somebody
What
just
the
out of the
fuck?
blue. Like anytime I've ever given someone like big time like that for contempt, I've always warned them. This is what's going to happen. And I even say every time, I don't want to see a Pikachu face if it does. They just do it. It's like, what the fuck you want me to do?
I mean, like I said,
If
there's
I
a reason.
don't do it, then anytime I threaten people with it, they're not going to listen.
There's a reason I'm not a judge, I guess, because I could never give anyone above fucking an hour, dude. Like that, an hour is like max for me. Like I'm not doing that.
The only problem with that though, Judd, is that punishment at the moment in this kind of culture in the server is just so out of place that it doesn't fit. You know what I mean?
This is a hot take, right?
I'm not saying you're
I know,
wrong.
but think about this. I know it's on purpose because the reasoning behind it is so you don't do that.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to make that difference on your own. That's the problem. The problem is the culture across the board. It's everyone else's fault. There's no accountability, and that goes from everyone. You know what I mean? If you listen to anyone's take on anything these days, like there's very little self-reflection. It's always the other person's fault, or even like the viewers and Reddit and all these things. They're always just blaming the other side. There's no perspective. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, look at you
all you
guys. You
guys.
guys are blaming me for something he did.
I'm not blaming you.
I
just agreed,
mean,
like,
Hutch is.
I
in
mean,
the
it's
culture
a
of the server
two.
right now, it just doesn't
Did you
fit.
just
That's
did
what I'm
you
saying,
you did
know?
not
I mean,
just put
the-
that
the
pun in
term
your stream title?
blaming you and
Inconsistency.
the
Oh,
term
no, I didn't
blaming
even
you
think
and
about
the
it being
term
a
you
pun.
with literally the person who gave him the time. I understand he did something to get the
I always
consequence.
have chill on my
understand
channel.
But it's like,
Titles.
it's like, I don't know, man. I don't want to say telling a kid that you're not gonna let him eat if he goes and steals one more cookie, and then he steals the cookie, and you go, well, looks like you can't eat anymore.
Looks like you can't fucking eat anymore. Actually, good. You know.
I mean, even in a harshly police server, Judd, that's like hyperbole. That is like an overreaction, you know, for a reaction.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I'm down with like 2 hours max, maybe 3, but fucking 1,000 months,
Yeah,
literally
that is
over 12
excessive,
hours
bro.
long. Like you just ended someone else's stream on behalf of in-game actions. I don't like.
No, I didn't. They did.
But at the end of the day, Judd, it's you're the person who
You have the
puts
power
that
to
into
issue the
effect.
sentence. Yeah, you get to gauge what that meant to you by giving
And they
the
knew
time.
beforehand. That they decided, not me.
Oh, you said 1,000 months before?
Yes, that's what I'm trying to say. I told him
Oh,
this is
okay,
what's
okay.
going to happen if you do this. I said it repeatedly, over and over, and I said I don't want to see a Pikachu face
I'll be right
if
back.
this happens. And then he
What's
did
a
it.
what's a Pikachu face? Is that like the open mouth?
Yeah, like the Pikachu
The
meme.
meme?
Like, oh my god, I can't believe you did that.
Yeah, all the kids are
Gotcha.
doing it these days. All the kids are doing it these days.
Gotcha.
right?
Okay. I haven't seen a human yet.
That's what I'm saying, Bosch. If I'd have just done that like out of pocket, I'd be
Yeah,
like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
No, he
look,
was
I- look,
warned. Like,
I think there's also an extent of even when you warn them, you don't take it seriously. I don't know.
Also, it's your friend, so that's also gonna make him not take you as seriously.
Exactly. He's like, you spent excessive time with him. He's your boy to an extent, you know. He probably thinks you're trolling to an extent, you know. And Rami is a massive troll.
I
anyway, so-
specifically, actually, if you go back and watch it, I specifically said I'm not trolling.
Straight away, I think you're trolling.
Yeah, I keep forgetting what direction I'm
I
going.
think you're trolling. I would reinforce my opinion
is
that you're trolling.
Depends how the tone of his voice.
In fairness, Judd is usually someone who backs up his words.
Yeah, I mean, if I, you know, he's not the only person I've done that to. I've done it to, you know, probably a good 20 people. And if I ever say I'm gonna do that and then I don't, then people aren't gonna take me serious.
Hear ye, hear ye. Order in the
I
court.
get what you're saying on the serious point. Like, I really do. But I'm just saying, in
It's not exactly
the
a
way
gavel,
the
but
server is right now, like, it's just an inconsistency in a server of inconsistencies, you know?
yeah.
Yeah,
Listen,
for
I'm waiting for
someone that
4.0.
People always say that, you know,
Alright, I'm back. Sorry, I ran into
babysit
somebody.
CG. Didn't babysit him that day.
Ooh.
I honestly, Judd, honest perspective, I don't think you babysit anyone. I think you're very consistent in how you do things, honestly. How you treat people, regardless. You
Yeah.
I looked at me, didn't I?
know? Like you're a dick to everyone, you know?
That is true. Whenever I get Judd in a court case, I don't think, oh, easy money, I'm getting away. I think, well, I hope I have a good case, because I
Yeah.
feel like he's pretty even keel.
If you're in the wrong, I roll against
Yeah,
you.
I agree.